that brotherhood aspect, because again, you two have known each other since high school, and you're sitting at a table I don't want to say 50 years ago, but like 40, 30 years ago.
Yeah, 40.
Like, how does that feel? And B, like, did you expect to be sitting at the table 40 years ago? 40 years later, you know what I'm saying?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily I knew him. I figured I was gonna know him for a long time.
Yeah.
I hate to count the years or look future because there's a lot of people that I don't see anymore. But this guy, I was like, it's like we're attached. Like, I mean,
I said to him, like,
oh man.
And I said to him, because he had this black bubble goose on when we first met, and his back was against the wall, and there was a girl standing next to him, and it was between classes, and he was all laid back. I was like, yo. And you had the Nikes on, the black and white Nikes, the Dunks, the high top Dunks. Is there such a thing?
There was, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It was the black and yellows. I remember those.
And I was like, yo, this dude got all money, and he just laid back like that, chilling. Like, I'm gonna know this dude for. And I even told him one too. When we finally made that pack, I was like, yo, we going all the way to the end.
Yeah, we would go to school some days, not even talking. Come to school.
Have the same thing. Without even saying that. Finish each other's sentences.
Yeah, it's the Almanac of Rap show. I got opinions and they all factual. No news, just information that you won't be able to use unless you're at a dinner party trying to impress who's in attendance with endless tidbits of nonsense. We're gonna have a good time, I promise. YouTube rabbit holes, ready deep dives, pulling out old interviews from the archives. Styles, fads, trends, all of that. It's the Almanac of Rap.
Welcome to the Almanac of Rap, the show that knows the answer to the question is always yes. I'm your host, Donwill, and today's guests are the Jungle Brothers. The Jungle Brothers are a pioneering hip-hop group who are foundational to the native tongue, as well as the hip-hop house sound. Our conversation today covers their origins, as well as more than a few of my own personal burning questions. We'll get into that in a second, but first, I gotta kick the Ballistics. DJ Red Alert was recently honored with a statue in the Harlem Sculpture Garden, and here's a clip of the unveiling.
His signature shout, now the namesake of his likeness. Kool DJ Red Alert from his home in Harlem remains a staple in hip-hop's history, still mixing on WBLS 6 days a week, 40 years after he first hit the airwaves.
I had, something that you do as a hobby. And then you get a couple dollars, it's become a hustle. Not knowing it will be established to be a career. I'm blessed.
Seeing him get a statue was cool, because his name is one that I don't think gets mentioned nearly enough. He not only helped pioneer the genre, but he also was directly responsible or present for some pretty important parts of the culture, like two of rap's first beefs. In the late 80s, New York used to have two main radio stations, WBLS and Kiss FM. The mix shows were reserved for Friday and Saturday nights. That was when you could hear live DJing, skits, special songs made custom for each show, and other things like that. Marley Marl was a part of Mr. Magic's crew on WBLS, and Red Alert made his way through the ranks to end up on Kiss FM, and both of them had artist-made promos for their show. Red Alert's role as a DJ on the station, opposite of Marley Marl, put him in the opposing position in both the Roxanne Wars and the Bridge Wars. I use the word wars here because colloquially, that's how they're discussed, but these were truly some of the first heavily documented beefs in hip-hop, and they pioneered the invention of the diss record. I also have to stress just how much of a phenomena the Roxanne Wars were. I won't run down the origins, but just know that it spawned upwards of at least 55 different response records.
Everywhere I went, there was somebody answering the Roxanne answer. And when I'm telling you that there was over 55 response records, we're talking records that were actually played. You'll never have another Roxanne phenomenon again.
Red Alert ended up backing one of Roxanne's rivals, who went by the name of Sparky D. It was all in the name of hip-hop, as the two would end up touring together and doing their diss records on stage for audiences. Rest in peace, Sparky D. The Bridge Wars, aka BDP versus the Juice Crew, felt a bit more serious and found MC Shan and KRS-One beefing for what seemed like forever. The beef started when KRS felt slighted by Mr. Magic and aimed a diss record at Magic's affiliates, the Juice Crew, in response to their record, The Bridge. KRS took that diss record to Red Alert, who played it at the Latin Quarters, and then started a beef that would last for years.
When he gonna play the record, he probably don't like it. Now the song go on. Boom, our song comes on. The whole place stops. Yo, and by the time we got to, and I'm from the South Bronx, the South Bronx place erupted. Red Alert played that record 3 times in a row.
The Bridge Wars also resulted in multiple disses from random side characters who weren't directly involved, but one of the biggest byproducts of the Bridge Wars was KRS-One, as his song South Bronx, which was the first shot fired at MC Shan, was the start of his and BDP's career. Another person that Red Alert is responsible for is Funk Flex. In short, Red Alert gave him a shot at Kiss, and from there he moved to Hot 97, and the rest is history. Here's Flex speaking a bit about what made Red Alert's mix show so important.
I listened to Chuck on Friday night, I listened to Red Alert on Saturday night, and it wasn't just the music. I got the slang, I got what party was cracking, what slang was popular, because when they talked with the jock, they used the popular slang words.
Red Alert is also a central yet invisible figure in the Native Tongues movement. As you'll hear in the following interview, he gave his nephew's rap group their first shot.
That's when my nephew, he always been asking me for the longest, yo, me and my group want to do a record. Me and my group want to do a record. So by the time they graduated, I said, okay, I think I'm going to give you a shot. So my nephew, Mike G, said him and who was known as Shazam, later on became known as Africa, got their heads together and they made this record called Jimbrowski. As they made a record called Jimbrowski, that opened the doors for them as the Jungle Brothers.
That was the Jungle Brothers' first record.
Yeah.
Jungle Brothers featuring DJ Red Alert, I think it said.
Right.
You were in on the recording of that.
Yeah, you know, they had me do all the little, you know, like segues, you know, stuff, different saying like word up, you know, and stuff like that.
That nephew is Mike G, one of the founding members of the Jungle Brothers. And since the Jungle Brothers are the start of the Native Tongue story, without Red Alert, there is no Native Tongues. So today we celebrate Kool DJ Red Alert and his many, many contributions to the culture. We also talked to his nephew's group, the Jungle Brothers, about their origins as a rap group and overall importance to the culture. Check out the Okayplayer shop for exclusive collectibles and limited runs. That's shop.okayplayer.com. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Almanac of Rap. My name is Donwill, and today's guests are hip-hop pioneers in the truest sense. As foundational members of the Native Tongues crew, they're not only responsible for giving voice to Afrocentricity in hip-hop, but they also were one of the first acts to merge house music and hip-hop. Give it up right now for the Jungle Brothers.
Thank you for having us, Donwill.
Thank you for coming through.
Brother J, you mentioned Brother J was in the talent show with you guys. One, that would have been a crazy show. Do y'all remember the song that y'all did? Like, or was it just kind of like freestyle?
No, I think it was bragging and boasting.
Was it bragging?
Or something like that.
It was something like
where we
bragging
go
and
back
boasting.
to back.
Yeah, we were just going back to back. Brother J was the amazing beatbox at the time.
Okay,
He spit a little bit, but his forte was beatboxing.
Okay. And like even within that, was the Afrocentricity a part of, like, because again, like you guys
Not yet.
brought that to the forefront.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Nah.
Because
I just wasn't there yet. I think it took us
we
a
had a
little
sense
while.
of humor, though. Me,
Yeah,
this
that was
guy,
it,
and Brother
yeah.
Jay, we was doing some, like, wearing the pants backwards
Yeah.
on stage.
Yeah.
Then we pulled the pants down, and there was long Hawaiian shorts on. Just when Jordan was starting to wear his shorts really long to his knees, we found this spot with some cool-ass Hawaiian shorts.
Yeah,
Remember them
yeah,
joints?
that was crazy.
Down to the knees,
That's when everybody
baggy.
was rocking it.
So
I
we
mean,
got
it
on
was-
stage. Wait, we got on stage. I'm trying to give him a feel.
No doubt. Bring him up.
The curtains, they're there, right? And Miss Friedman, who runs the talent show, she's at the podium, and now, and when and we just at the last minute before the curtains open, we say, "You want to pull your pants down? Yeah, let's pull our pants down, because we got these fly Hawaiian shorts on." And the curtains open, and our pants was down to our ankles, on backwards before crisscross, make them jump. And we had these fly ass Hawaiian colorful shorts on, and Miss Freeman said, "Close the curtain, close the curtain." And the curtains closed.
Oh my gosh!
Me, you, and Brother J side by side, like super
laughing our ass off. That was
MCs
funny,
with our
yeah,
pants
okay.
down our ankles, cracking up. And we pulled it back up. I said, "I can't believe we just did some Fat Boys Crush Groove."
That is amazing.
And then just put our cans back up, behind the curtains. And ladies and gentlemen, and the curtains opened up, and we did some bragging the boasting type of thing. And Brother J was beatboxing, and that dude's tone,
Yeah, he was killer. He was super killer.
the bass,
I always rep Jay.
it was professional. He
So-
loved Impeach the President, so he always did that beat.
I think about that made me think about I speak a language universal. Check on how I use
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I can't remember the
Yeah.
name of the song,
Yeah.
but it's Impeach the President right there.
He
Like,
loved him and Sugar Shaft. Loved Impeach the
They
President.
used that break a couple times on that record.
Oh,
What did
No,
I
no,
just say?
I'm like,
didn't like
who didn't?
Yeah,
It's an amazing break. It is an amazing break. I could
Timeless, the backbone, the heartbeat of hip hop.
absolutely.
You know
So
what I'm
okay,
saying?
speaking of the breaks and like using things on the albums, you went from that talent show. I don't know if you went directly to the studio, but you guys decided to start working together as a group and making music.
Yeah.
My question is, as two ostensibly kids, like 19-year-olds, or how old were you when you started?
17, 18.
17, 18.
16?
I was 15.
15.
Yeah, 15.
You were 16.
Okay, 15, 16. But how did you, one, find a studio, and two, figure out how to work equipment to make, because again, it's not like you get on YouTube and Google, like, how do I use Logic? You had to, like, go talk to a person, go
Well,
find
I had
the
just
thing.
got turntables.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
the stages.
And in those days, if you had turntables, that's everything.
Yeah.
And so we were
And a
rehearsing.
cassette deck.
So we
Vital
were-
pieces of
Vital
equipment, yeah.
pieces.
So we were rehearsing in my living room.
Yep.
And his living room in Left Rack and my living room in Bay Ridge and making those tapes. And that was like, I thought that was all I needed to make a record. Because just before I had turntables, I was a pause tape boy. So I was making pause tapes and walking around with the boombox on, this is my record. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what
You know what I'm saying?
I
you
did
body
something
that,
similar.
you own that, you don't need a studio. It was just starting to get to that point where people was like, yo, so-and-so got a studio in the basement. Yo. Before money for studio time, it's like, you got that equipment? So that's where his uncle comes in. Because he was like, he heard the tapes. He saw the newspaper that we made it into the talent show and that we made.
Y'all made
We made the news.
the Final Four. You did say that.
The Final Four.
The New York Post?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It
we
was
got
big. You got to tell them the story though. The prize. What was the prize?
I was getting ready to say
Okay,
that.
yeah.
Then we got on the bus. We won the opportunity to get on the bus to go to the Apollo to see Run DMC perform. And
To
we met
entertain
Jam Master Jay.
the newspapers and the press that were going to go see.
So we freestyled on that bus,
That was dope. Yeah.
and the guy that put us in that, like, gave us that prize. He was the one who had Vintertainment Records with Pee Wee Herman. You know Pee Wee Herman?
The
Get busy, y'all.
Yeah. What was his name? I remember.
Josie Love.
Check it out, party
So he
people. I
said-
know you been. That's my. Yeah.
Oh man.
Got him. Joski Love. Joski Love, right?
Yep.
So he signed Joski Love to that label. And he put us on this bus to freestyle. And then we met Jam Master Jay in the basement at the Apollo Theater when they was coming out with the Raising Hell album. So we watched them perform Peter Piper for the first time at the Apollo.
Probably was mind blowing.
And we kept telling Brother Jay, because his name was Jay Master Jay.
Jay
He was
Master
like,
Jay?
You got to change that name because that's Jam Master Jay's name. And Jam Master Jay said that to him when we introduced him.
That
We
was the
said,
funniest.
Jay Master Jay, now you got that name because of me. And we looked at
He said it better. He said, you know you thought of that when you heard my name.
All right, rest in peace, Jam Master Jay.
Man, rest in peace. Oh man, shout out to Brother Jay. Man.
I did not know Brother Jay's name was Jay Master Jay, but Brother Jay is a stronger name. I like Brother Jay.
without question.
I
So,
kind of take credit for giving him that. We can argue about that.
so
Me and Brother Jay was in mythology class together.
okay, all right.
Straight back of the class, goofballs. We'd be laughing so hard, the teacher would be coming over to us, this black teacher, right? He came over to us, learning Greek mythology. And he was like, you guys are I was like, no. We
is
was
like
so
a
high
movie.
on life.
This could be a
I
movie.
mean, I did do a little bit of Irish Rose before first. Sometimes.
Sometimes, you know.
Sometimes. That was experimental.
Little
thing.
Boone's Farm over
but
here.
we
but I
was
feel you.
laughing and we wasn't on no floor, but we'd be in the back of the class writing lyrics while we was learning about Greek mythology.
Did some of those lyrics make it into the studio and make it onto the album?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Black Bragging and Boasting is one of those blueprint lyrics. Like that was on there.
Because the thing that your albums do well that kind of got ushered out of hip hop in a way is the routine raps.
Yeah.
Like the Beasties would do it, Run DMC would do it. It was like it's for me, pound for pound, one of my favorite things about early rap that kind of just didn't make it through the pipeline once the solo thing became the thing.
Who still does it? Who I love is the Locks.
Yes, the
Probably
Locks.
one of my favorite.
Yep.
Yeah, they still do it.
With Styles and Pete? Styles and Pete?
Jurassic 5.
Jurassic 5, yeah.
Jurassic 5 too, yeah.
Shouts to Jurassic 5.
They all about that.
Yeah, they all about that.
Yeah, but so, okay, I want to get back to the fact that Red Alert is your uncle. Just tell me a little bit about how, like, hey, how was that revealed to you? How did you find out? Because again, Red Alert, for people who don't know, Red Alert was and is like a pillar of this thing, and he was like, he's radio. He was on the radio.
Yeah.
And he was the dude. And you were pretty nonchalant about it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Because it's just family.
Yeah, it's family, no doubt.
Yeah.
And then early on, I learned about star power, right? And how people try to get close to you. So I had a couple of messed up run-ins with that. So I never exploited it, you know? And I grew up with him as Uncle Rob.
Right.
So I respected that, and I respected my family. And
so
it was beautiful.
How did you introduce him to Uncle Rob?
He just came to the crib.
How did you meet Uncle Rob?
Yeah, we had been hanging out for a while, and then he was like, come uptown. And this was fresh off the whole Run DMC thing. So it was me, Mike, and Brother Jay doing the talent show in what we didn't know at the time was Uncle Rob's bedroom with all his records. And we sitting there rapping, and this red walks by with an afro, and I'm like, and Mike don't say nothing. Mike don't say nothing. I'm like, okay, I read between the lines here. That's his family. These are his records. And we're sitting on and freestyling right now, and Brother Jay's beatboxing. This was a moment for me where I was like, okay, it's all good. It's cool. We chilling.
So, you didn't get starstruck or anything. You were just like, cool.
No, he just walked by. We was in the crib like I'm at my grandmother's house. You know what I'm saying? Small little crib, little doorway open. You see somebody walk by, you're like, that's family.
That's dope, and that had to be a vote of confidence for you to be like, okay, so this is.
I didn't go, yo, that's your
yeah. Like, we on, let's take it.
Nah, and then you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people would have been like, we on, let's go.
Yeah. Red is always like, yo, keep it cool. Let's always calm under pressure. So
yeah,
it's like,
and he's such a character. Like personality wise, and like on the albums and the music and stuff.
Yeah.
So in my mind, he just walked past like, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But I know that didn't.
No,
happen.
but the way he walked. So at that time, Red could still be the mayor of that block.
Yeah.
So when we walked to the train station, it took a long time to get there because he just kept getting stop. But even he was downplaying it. So that's what he did when he walked by. He was just like, I gotta get my records ready. It's Wednesday. I had the game. Just was so breeze by. So he was downplaying it. Like if we gonna speak and see eye to eye, it's gonna be like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So before I move on a little bit more, I just want to touch on. Can you just speak to his importance to hip hop culture? Because I think the Red Alert is one of those names that like people know it, but while he's here, I need people to like know it. You know what I'm saying? Like talk a little bit about like just his legacy and like what he's.
I mean, his legacy is easily a member of the pillars of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Africa Bambaataa, Zulu Nation. I don't think they really get the credit for really setting up the blueprint for what's happening today, from not just the performances, records. I mean, just the promotion. I mean, the flyers that was for jams, for Zulu Nation jams was legendary. Obviously, the performances. BAM's organization of making sure, like, you know, Furious 5 is going on now. Treacherous 3 is going on now. You know what I'm saying?
He was
so like really
organized.
curating. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, and then him stepping from that, from the backyard, from the the community centers to going to radio and fighting it out, thugging it out, doing his time, working for no pay, and then still keeping his ear to the street, showing love.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I don't really know that aspect of history that well, but like, I feel like he was Mr. Magic and then Red Alert. There was probably other DJs, but in my mind, it was just like those two other names.
They were the two powerhouses of the radio.
Mainstream radio.
Yeah. So, and again, I think that sort of importance gets lost in a world where we have your phone is your radio station.
Oh yeah.
Everything's like it's kind of diluted in a sense, and I'm not saying that people on the box don't have the power anymore, but I'm saying like back then there were fewer opportunities to be seen and heard, and like he was kind of like the point of entry. Okay, so we got Red Alert, Brother J. Somebody else enters the picture very soon. Q-Tip. Q-Tip,
and that's because he graduated.
No. Oh yeah, that's because I graduated.
I'm trying to give him the short, short part of it because I'm looking at the shot clock here.
Yeah, you look. Listen.
So
I know I'm not getting through my questions. It's fine. it's okay.
So Q-Tip and Ali Shaheed was in the same homeroom as me.
Yeah.
That's where I met them. But it wasn't till he graduated that we really started to hang. Like the first year, I didn't see them. I don't vaguely remember.
Yeah.
But 10th grade, then we were starting to go in the studio and stuff like that. And then so Tip would be playing me demos and stuff like that. And I saw Ali over there, you know what I mean, in the hallways. But by 11th grade, he graduated, or you graduated, had one more year left. Me and Tip started rolling more, and we was recording more in the studio. We had found a studio by then.
Got you. So were you the one that brought Tip to the studio?
Yeah, I was the one that brought Tip to the studio.
How did you, like, he found out that you were recording stuff? Like, it was just a kind of mutual?
Because we had stuff for the radio.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Red was playing carts. Instead of like the vinyl or acetates or test presses, he was taking studio carts from the 8-tracks, making 8-tracks out of the studio stuff and just playing it right on the radio.
Okay, and so
whenever we recorded at his house, we would give to him. Like we were making a name just from the talent shows.
Yeah.
From the talent shows in Bertram, we was making a name,
So that was that feedback loop. Yeah,
because he was easily like, yo.
Was coming into Q-Tip and he was like, you guys in the studio?
Yeah, so
I got some demos.
Crazy enough, like Q-Tip's first time being on a recorded song is Jungle Brothers record. Like, which song was it? It was the promo. Q-Tip.
Black is Black is what kicked it off because that was originally his song. And he played it for me and I was like, oh, that's dope. Let's redo that in the studio.
I was gonna ask, like within that, I'm moving really fast, but within that whole tangle of people that would come to the studio, I would imagine like there were several songs that were slated for something you were doing or Q-Tip was doing that just kind of got passed around.
What, on the first album?
Just in general. Like just within, like, so moving beyond the first album, it's just like the studio environment, like the climate of the space.
The first album, the studio was in a basement in Coney Island on Neptune Avenue.
That wasn't Calliope.
No. Okay. That was TTO Studios. And it was two Jamaican carpenter guys that were working carpenter by day and they built that studio in the basement.
I love it.
Hold on. And in that studio was Kenny Dope. Oh, yeah. From Masters at Work.
Shouts to Kenny Dope.
Todd Terry.
Shouts to Todd Terry.
Okay, let's get it in.
Yeah, let's get it.
And I just recently found out, so it was a 2-story house with the basement where the recording was. And remember there was that So one of the investors
this is a movie.
Had it out in front of the studio, and we was in the basement, and we could hear pap 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 pap. So what I recently found out from Kenny Dope is he was like, yeah, there was a on the 3rd floor. So we'd come in on the ground floor, go down in the basement, 15, 16, like, oh, we making music. But not on the upstairs from the ground floor was people in there. Did you know that shit?
MC Search.
Yeah, MC
no,
Search
but
was
when
also
Kenny
another
Dope
one.
told me that shit, I was like, yo, my parents were there, like to pick me up in their upstairs.
Okay, thank you for touching on parents.
So that's Coney Island.
Like, how were your parents feeling about? Because again, like
I never smelled. My parents didn't know what was.
Not
I
even
don't think
that.
they was dealing right out the house.
Yeah.
I think it was just more like the count.
Not
I was
even
just
the,
happy that I could have my dad's records.
Not
in
even
the
the-
basement where I could play it live.
my father would not let me touch it. Like he would not let me touch his records. I have them now. Thanks, Dad. But my question was more or less like, how were your parents like? They took an active interest in you guys wanting to record and make music because
They let me perform in the living room. I lived in a little shoebox apartment. We were making noise in the living room. My parents was back in the bedroom chilling.
No.
Right?
Hold on. We got lucky though because his parents worked nights.
Oh, yeah.
His parents worked nights.
A vital
So
part of-
we
Y'all
had
have
free
free
time.
range, yeah.
Both his parents was out at night, so
Yeah.
we would come. I would come from Harlem to Brooklyn probably about 7:00. They be going at around 6. So then we blow it up.
So,
to about
okay, the next question.
midnight.
I have so many questions, and I'm not going to get to them all, and it's okay. But, okay, so you're like 17, 18, young kids. And this was around the time when, like, Latin Quarters and Roxy and all this stuff was popping off. Were y'all getting into the spots to perform? Like, how were you getting in? Was it like an age?
That's the whole appeal of us.
Was there an
because
age
We
thing?
was still in
Oh, yeah,
high
there's definitely an
school,
age thing.
going to these clubs, Latin Quarters, Union Square. I'm Red Alert's record boy. He's like, I don't want to go down there. I'll party till all my 9 years old. I was Red Alert at the rooftop. Well, I'm staying home this weekend. I'm like, but you're missing everything.
You were cleaning off records at 2. You were like, yeah, that's
I
fine.
was like,
basically sleeping.
I was
on
like,
records.
I saw
We
Jazzy
was just
Jeff.
sleeping on crates. That's what it was.
I saw Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince do the sound check at Union Square.
You serious?
And I'm like a fanboy coming uptown like, you gotta come down here, man. You gotta see this book.
He'll remember. I was there.
You was there?
You remember? First. He don't even remember the first night
sound check.
went to. First night we went to Union Square. Salt and Pepper, big ass fight. Red knew he was up there.
Yeah.
Came
Yep.
somebody over. That was the first night. That was the first night we went to Union Square.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
You see people get feathers flying everywhere because bubble goose and the feathers are flying everywhere. And Cut Master Kool B is playing the Brooklyn's in the house.
Shout out to Clark Kent.
Every time at 1 or
Shout
2
out to
o'clock,
Rest in peace, Clark
Brooklyn
Kent,
would
yeah.
tear the place down.
I heard that whenever people would play that Stetson, Go Stetson,
Yep.
you have
Insane.
to get out the way.
Insane.
That drum.
Insane.
Away from Union Square
Insane.
to Latin Quarters.
Okay, so which of and again, like I kind of get blurry when you talk about the spots because I wasn't here and I was very young. But which one of those spots did you start hitting the stage at and actually performing as Jungle Brothers?
But we got our first shot in Latin Quarters. That's
Latin
when our
Quarters.
record was out.
Was that
Jimbrowski?
Jim Browski?
Yep.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't even. Dad, did we ever? I don't think we rocked. I don't think we
I was
rocked.
doing my big one.
I don't think we rocked our house shoe at Latin Quarters at the time.
Because that's so I have to get on our house shoe a little bit because again I don't know what time it is.
It's 109.
We good.
Shot clock.
We're good.
Edit that out.
But okay, so our house shoe. How did you guys decide to merge hip hop and house music? Like, what was the decision to do that?
It was an introduction or invitation rather
Okay.
from Todd Terry.
So yeah, after school, went to the studio. Engineer opens the front door. He's like, I got an idea. We're walking across the living room, and it was Tony. He said, what do you think about doing a house record? And I remember being on the stairs on the way down to the basement, right? And I was like, yeah, okay, so what you got? And at the foot of the stairs, you could see the doorway where the turntable was. And he took the record and he put it on and played it. And it was Party People. That had just came out. He just got a test press, but it was like the actual promo copy.
Okay.
So he played that. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. I'm always with the dancers after the hip hop night is over. We go to the dancers in the meat packet district and we boogieing. And I keep hearing these records that have hip hop samples in it, but it's house music, which was Todd Terry. Didn't know that at the time. And I'm sitting on a legal pad in 20 minutes. I wrote Girl, I House You. Like the hook and my verse. And then I said to Mike, you're going to do your part, right? Oh, no, wait, sorry. I wrote that. Mike wasn't there yet. I took the record. I said, okay, I got my part. Take the record and record it to the tape machine. So we took the single, and imagine you take Luther Vandross's single, 12-inch,
Yeah.
put it on the record, play it on the tape machine, and then sing on top of it.
That's like Ghostface.
And they're like, that's my record. Yeah. So that was Girl of House You.
So
He wasn't in there making no beats. We just took it and played it, put it on, recorded.
it was the time,
and then I was like, I'm going.
Yeah.
I said, I'm getting ready to go to the store. You want something? We always had each other's back like that. I was like, I'm going to get the quart of water and a pack of banana cookies. And I said, you got to do your part. And I remember him saying, but I can't sing like that. I was like, yes, you can.
He just being a comedian because we was both.
Because I got it like that. Because I got it like that. One of them singing but I want to get that line in there because he says, I can't sing. And I'm like, yes, you can. You remember that, right?
Nah, no, but
no, you remember? All right. Whatever. It's been 38 years. I can make shit up.
Listen, it gets blurry, and time is a concept anyway. You know what I'm saying? You still look 28. You still look 27. It's the same thing. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Thanks.
But so you guys also have like the same like birth month?
Yeah.
Like
May.
Are you both? What's the signs?
Taurus.
I'm on the first day of Gemini, but I was
June 4th.
Oh, you in Tupac.
Yeah, I am.
Fire. I'm in Biggie's month.
Yeah.
There's two different.
No. You get love. Yeah, you get love.
We were born in the merry month of May. You know what I'm saying?
But like when I was doing my
about
research,
a week apart.
I brought that up because when I was doing my research, I was like looking at the Instagram. And I'm like, wait, they have the same birthday? What's going on?
Close.
Like so, it's just. I just want to speak on that.
Yep.
That brotherhood aspect, because again, you two have known each other since high school, and you're sitting at a table I don't want to say 50 years ago, but like 40, 30 years ago.
Yeah, 40.
Like how does that feel? And B, like, did you expect to be sitting at the table 40 years ago, 40 years later? You know what I'm saying?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Easily I knew him. I figured I was gonna know him for a long time.
Yeah.
I hate to count the years or look future because there's a lot of people that I don't see anymore. But this guy, I was like, it's like we're attached. Like, I mean,
I said to her, like,
oh man,
and I said to her because he had this black bubble goose on when we first met, and his back was against the wall, and there was a girl standing next to him, and it was between classes, and he was all laid back. I was like, yo, and you had the Nikes on, the black and white Nikes, the dunks, the high top dunks. Is there such a thing?
There was,
right? It was the black and yellows. I remember those.
And I was like, yo, this dude got all money and he just laid back like that, chilling. Like, I'm gonna know this dude for. And I even told him one too. When we finally made that pack, I was like, yo, we're going all the way to the end.
Yeah, we would go to school some days, not even talking. Come to school,
have the same thing. Without even saying that, finish each other's sentences.
Locked in.
Yeah, the synergy, the chemistry is crazy.
So speaking of synergy and chemistry, on the Buddy remix, you guys used a verse from one of your other songs. The dancing on the dance. Like, what was the decision to use that?
Okay,
on that
that's
song?
the one I said that Mike said, but I can't sing. And my version of it. And so how that came about, I was on the D. We were riding on the D train to Coney Island, and I said to Mike, I started singing.
No,
it to
but
him.
he's asking how did it come up?
How did it?
Backstory. So I'm singing to Mike because I'm a big Prince fan. I'm like, dancing on the dance floor, girl, it's you that I adore. And I said, did you hear that new Prince record that goes like that? And he said, what? That's the new Prince record? I said, yeah, that's fire, right? He said, well, we didn't say that back then, but doesn't it? He's like, yeah. I said, nah, I'm just kidding. I wrote that for us. We're going to sing that when we get to the studio today. That's how Because I Gotta Like came out like that. And then De La said, can you sing that part on the Native Tongue version? Did I answer your question?
You did. And which again, I completely skipped over the fact that De La Soul enters the picture. So walk me through what an average week at Calliope Studios was like. Because I feel like in my mind, so tell me if I'm wrong. In my mind, everybody's just like a hub. Everybody's just coming in and out with ideas.
So now we've left the Coney Island studio. Yeah. We've met De La in Boston for the first time.
You met him in Boston?
Yep.
Yeah, what a show. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay, a show. Wait, you met them at, they were, how did you meet them in the show?
We were both on the bill.
We got booked in for a show that night.
Yeah.
And they were, what were they performing?
Platooning.
Just one single. That's when you could get booked for one song.
I thought
I mean,
that.
a lot of people was doing that, but
Okay, my timeline was all mixed up, and thank you for clearing it up.
Okay, so
Like
we come out of
okay.
Coney Island studio, whole album's out. Mike graduated. I'm left behind 12th grade with $5,000 in my pocket in the school gym, and everybody's looking at me sideways because they know I'm partying all weekend making this money, and I'm sleeping in school on Monday
As you
for
should.
a concert class.
As
Right?
you should.
Then we meet De La, and they're all about to do their album, but they already got their music out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, Red, this cassette says De La Soul plugged to it from Tommy Boy Records. And are they Puerto Rican? Because it says De La Soul. And that would be cool. So I put the tape in and I hear the Okay, so then I'm like, when they get us in the studio to do the buddy thing, we go to Europe right after that. Remember that? We're there for 30 days, blah, blah, blah. And then we come back and we say we're going to work on this Done by the Forces of Nature album. We should do it where we did Buddy. So we wound up at Calliope Studio. So that started to overlap because then Q-Tip got his deal and started making music, and he started at Calliope too. So all the crews was overlapping in there. Sometimes I'd book 2 rooms and be going back and forth. Like Karen Wheeler's over here and Stereo MCs is over here. You know, Karen Wheeler from Soul.
Yeah.
And then I'm booking the Jungle Bros over here to be doing stuff. And then De La be in there doing the De La Soul is Dead album. It started overlapping, and then extra people was coming who weren't even like artists, but they dressed funky and like
Just they were just building the vibe.
They was native tongue. So that was the beginnings of the whole.
So you said extra people that were native tongue, but they weren't artists. Like, who are some of the people that were like, I guess, like tertiary, kind of like not tertiary, but affiliated, but not like recognized in a sense that like, you know, we.
Lucian
is an actual person that lives in France. He's an artist. I've done like y'all. This is like Marvel. This is like the Marvel universe for me. Y'all do not understand.
Right.
What's happening.
I'm name dropping for you.
So my question about Lucian is a different. Okay, so was Belly Dancing Dinah a real person?
Belly Dancing Dina.
Dina.
No,
that's not a real person.
No.
It's just like a.
No.
He's like, what is happening right now?
Like if you got a belly dancing diner,
Belly Dancing Dina was not a real
let me
person.
get some belly.
That was just a story.
beat nuts will roll through.
You know I like to eat.
Oh,
belly
yeah,
dancing
I know. Probably
diner.
after this.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
Beat nuts will roll through. Yeah.
So beats nuts will roll through, and everybody be rolling through. It was very communal, bringing beats. It was all around the turntable, like. Yo, that beat is hot. Oh, Jigger making the noise. Oh, sampling some stuff. By the way, the first album, we didn't use any samplers. It was straight from the turntables.
Straight from the turntables.
Second album, samplers came into play, but it was still like Pods lent me his 4-track, Pods from De La Soul. So I put the demos together on the 4-track at home. Then we brought it to Calliope and then reproduced it, sometimes looping with samplers, but very primitive.
Yeah, and like even within like listening to the first album to the second album, it's like the first album is great. I enjoy it, but it's like a leap in production that you can just hear. Like so when you said it, no
like
samples.
Experience because we had been to Europe 3 times on 30-day runs, going through Germany, 5 cities in 5 days.
Even here we were doing straight blitz. We would come, we would start in New York. We would do like, and this is in one night. We do like New York, Jersey, Delaware, Virginia, and then drive back and maybe do a real late night spot in New York.
You said
again.
one night?
And one night.
I was like, what is this?
You know, people was partying until like literally daybreak back then.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, we going hitting clubs like 20 minutes. Like as soon as we walk to the door, we like stage, boom, next spot.
Wednesday to Sunday, 5 to 6 shows a night. Sleep all day Monday.
You can't even.
Get up on Tuesday, take those sweaty clothes, throw them out, put on some regular BS, go to the store. Remember when Damon Dash was talking about popping tags? Mm-hmm. We invented that. Because we had no time to clean clothes and get on the next show. So we'd be in this fitting room, getting dressed for the show. The limo's outside, we in the fitting room, pop the tag, throw the money on the desk, jump in the limo.
We burnt a lot of Banana Republic money. A lot.
This is too wet because at the end of the night, you're soaking wet. So you just take that off and pop the tag and put something new on.
So wait, okay, I want to back up a little bit.
Right.
This was, well, you said you guys went to London a couple of times. And I'm assuming,
that was 88.
Yeah, and you were probably like, our house, you was probably tearing it up over there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
In a whole different space.
Yeah, and like, so what did that show you, like in terms of like seeing the world at that age with your music?
Yeah. It was definitely, I didn't realize how adventurous I was. And I didn't know that he would.
I'm gonna help him with this story.
Okay.
Give a little bit so I can
Give me a
finish
little-
you off.
I didn't know how adventurous I was, but I knew I didn't want to be stuck on the block.
Yeah.
And my father, one of his jobs was working with Pan Am. So when I was a little kid, I used to watch the planes go. And sometimes he put me on those planes and we go down to places for like 30 days and I'm making new friends. And then I'm like, what we going back home for? This is Jamaica's where we live. What you talking about? So I had that dream and that's what happened. September, we was out 30 days. I graduated in August and then, in June, and then in September, we was on a plane overseas for like 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you say?
So he did all that traveling, but still our first European tour. He goes overseas with bags, like a plastic bag, some other little bag, some other bag, and checks him in. Yo, we get to Copenhagen, nothing's there.
I had to do the first show. It was in a warehouse.
Oh my God.
Right? Remember that? It was rave and we didn't even know it was a rave. In Denmark, it was 5,000 people. They had this big blow up King Kong thing attached to the ceiling.
You're thinking another one. That's a different one. That's Australia.
Okay.
Copenhagen was a dope show.
But I was barefoot on stage, right?
I was barefoot.
I was barefoot on stage.
We had
in front of 5,000 people,
Josh
right?
Stone.
It was us. No, it was a smaller venue, but because it was supposed to have been, what happened, it was supposed to have been Public Enemy. That's what it was. It was Public Enemy. They were supposed to have headline the tour. Public Enemy, they dropped out. So it was us, Queen Latifah, True Mathematics, Chill Rob G,
Mark 45 King.
Mark 45 King, and that's when we met Moni Love. We hadn't met Moni Love
But
till
do you remember that big hanger?
Yeah, I remember
where I
that.
stood up on
That
the
was
turntable
Australia.
and I played the Exorcist.
On
45.
Yeah.
I played
That
the
was
Exorcist.
Australia. That was Australia.
Okay.
What is the exit?
I played the soundtrack to The Exorcist on 45. My favorite piece of music from Tubular Bells. I can't remember the artist's name. Mark something or something. Yeah. Tubular Bells. So, no shoes, barefoot. I got on my Banana Republic fresh. It's 5,000 people. It was like what the hell? It's like a big rave. And I put on boom, 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 boom. And the crowd's like, rah! And I'm standing up on the turntables barefoot, and I could see that I had beads around my ankle and everything. And I was like, yo, this is my life forever!
Is there a doctor in the building?
Hello.
And then Straight Out the Jungle comes on, and it's like, yo, we ain't looking back, son.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
we ain't looking back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what lies ahead, but we ain't looking back.
But so speaking about house music, when did you start to notice that there was a kind of like, because at a certain point, not everybody's album, but all the albums kind of have the house track on it. Like I think about Special Ed, the club scene joint. When did you notice the hip hop kind of like has separated from doing that?
I'm gonna tell you something. Before we get into gender and race and sex, blah, 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 and whatever the theories are, the era we come from was about making beats. So it was all about rhythms and not naming genres and subgenres and all that. So that was what was going on. So the reason why EPMD, Big Daddy Kane, Jungle Brothers, Queen Latifah, to name a few, Special Ed, Chill Rob G, name a few, they all had an instrumental track as the last track on their album. And that was usually a danceable track. Maybe not 120, but 115. That's when the body starts moving. Everything up to 100 is just ahead, right? So it was recognized like, Rakim's got, Chinese arithmetic with Eric B doing all the, there's no rapping on it, right? So that was still considered hip hop.
Yeah.
The instrumental records, Mantronics, Malcolm McLaren, from that day, right? But what happened is that the rapper's identity started to take over. And it was more about that, the bars and what you're saying. There was a period in the 90s where people was like, who did the beat? But then that started to fade away. And it was more about G-Funk and trap, this genre, that genre, and who's the figurehead of that genre.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
for marketing purposes.
I was gonna say, like the whole genre thing is just about like how do you describe the thing to a potential customer.
But when but when you hip hop, it wasn't that. It was how do you keep the dancers dancing?
How do you,
the B-boys. So DJs like Grandmaster Flash was playing to that. Kool Herc was playing to that. Jungle Brothers was playing to that. We didn't think, we should put a melody in our song. It was more like, if these beats is rocking and you do it like this.
It's just in you. It's what you were doing.
It could be slow, like Check the Melody, and then fast, like I Know You Got Soul.
Yeah.
it's still good. Like we know how to switch it up.
To the jams though. That's how it was. They play the hard beats at night, then right after
But
that,
now,
all
if it's-
the house joints will start playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, you guys were just inducted into the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, and you said that the era that we grew up in, that you grew up in, was the best era to make music, to just best era to be in. Like, just expound on that a little bit.
I mean, it was the best because it was the raw. Just like you said, we literally took anything and everything we had to make these incredible beats. I mean, oh, you know what's crazy? Last night we ran into Arthur Baker.
Okay.
So it's like
Arthur Baker produced Renegades of Funk, Planet Patrol, Played at Your Own Risk, Soul Sonic Force, Planet Rock. Probably did some stuff for New Edition.
Mega
Probably did
hits.
some stuff for Human League. You know.
also those were some of the first hip hop guys to actually run to Europe. Not even run to
Yeah,
Europe,
yeah.
but tour Europe, tear it up, burn it on fire.
With the
let
electro.
world, with the electro and hip hop, because they literally brought that Bronx River Community Center vibe over there to Europe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so it's like they was really the first ones to set the flag.
Right. Before Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
And this was like Afrofuturist moment too, because they was doing that kind of look with the electro funk. You know what I'm saying? So it was also like an extension of the Sunrise. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
question,
Like, you put me on. I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
So what's happening, Captain?
I got one more question.
Okay.
On the show, I like to do this thing called the Big Playback, where we seek justice
I mean the
for
big feedback.
the big feedback. Yep,
Right,
exactly.
right.
We seek justice for an underappreciated or overlooked song or album or project or person. I got two that I have to say because I ran out of time, so I have two.
Okay.
Then I'll let you guys get off. The first one that I want to say is Crazy Wisdom Masters, because like, again, I guarantee you, if people were to go check that out, they would say, if this dropped today, it would change things.
Yeah.
And within that, I also want to say Bob Power. Like, I just want to
Rest in peace.
rest in peace, Bob Power. Like I just started, like, I just met him like later towards the end of his life, or whatever. But he played a big part in shaping the sound of that record, if I'm not mistaken, and just shaping the sound of like what was happening in hip hop at the time, native tongues.
Yeah, without
So-
question. He put the mix on it that made it bounce.
Yeah.
And there was another producer, David Williams. He also played a
Okay.
part. And I got to shout out my man Slinky, Matt.
Yeah, there were engineers behind the scenes. That's who he's shouting out.
Yeah. Those are, I mean,
We
And the guy who mixed Done by the Forces of Nature that we saw on the train. The brother. Come on.
oh man,
well,
man.
Greg Mann.
Greg Mann.
Greg the man.
Part two, we'll talk about this stuff. But like, okay, so what you got? I know you got the feedback. That deserves a little bit of
Greatest
shot.
cure against Alzheimer's in old people is having a friend like this. This is my external hard drive. If I forget stuff,
I like external hard drive.
So the feedback. My cousin, we're gonna start this interview the way we started. We got 1 minute. Mary Bertram High School is where we met. This is Idris, my cousin, and his father worked at Mary Bertram High School. when
Oh,
we
wow.
first met.
Full circle.
Full circle. That's really it.
Yeah, and you executive produced
and I
that.
executive producer. I'm not big on titles and credits and stuff like that, but it's just emotional to see that full circle. Because I didn't grow up knowing Idris. I met him at a show we did just after COVID, Sony Music Hall. I knew his brother, Reef Rock 94.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then so it was a surprise to hear these bars, the punchlines, the production, everything. Like and watching him and his brother perform like in the studio reminded me of me and Mike. And I was like, dang, the link between these Jungle Brothers and those Jungle Brothers, Reef Rock 94 and Idris, is Baba Abdul Kareem Rashid, who was there with us when we was 15 to 16 years old.
Wow.
That's crazy. Yeah, and like when I was doing research, I looked into it, and there's a freestyle of him sitting there on stairs. He's like sitting on the steps, and like I saw that a while ago, and I was like, oh shit, I know who this is.
Yeah.
So yeah, shouts to Dries Rip.
Dries Rip.
The feedback,
On
check
all
that out.
cameras.
You know what I'm saying?
On all cameras. B-roll.
Well, listen, I could literally talk to you guys for the next 5 days, but you got to get out of here.
Word. We got 1:30 on time. Mike was on time at 12:30, and in 1 hour we got this done, baby.
Buzzer beater.
Once again,
Shout out to the Jungle Brothers for stopping by to kick it with me. That was truly a childhood dream come true, and I can't believe they made me an honorary member of the Jungle Brothers. I'm just kidding. But if they come back, I'm absolutely gonna ask them if I can be down. And that's it for this week. But as usual, stick around after the credits for a little something extra. The Almanac of Rap is created and hosted by Donwill. Executive producers are Donwill, Aisha Sese, and Travis Harris. The show is directed by Travis Harris. The show is produced and edited by Kobe Bafor. Art direction for the show was handled by Kaushik Kaladindi. The production coordinator is Bianca Ortiz. Audience development is handled by Hassan Spruill and Ashawn McCullen. Our audio marketing strategist is Fabian Mickens. The show's camera operators are Travis Harris, Kobe Bafor, Trigger Bowden, and Compton Timberwolf. Graphic design was done by Jefferson Harris. Compton's also our technical director and audio engineer. Our social media producers are Taylor McGee and Michael Mays Jr. The show's associate producers are Brianna Harris, Tiara Jackson, and Javon Stevenson. The show's theme music was provided by Von P. The show is written by Don Will and Peter Berry. All right. Here's a clip of Mr. Magic mentioning Jay-Z on WBLS back in 1986.
WBLS 107.5 in the class by itself. Get the tapes going, turn the boxes up. We continue with commercial-free music till 12 midnight. By the way, super listeners, don't forget the Rap Attack Contest Division Finals, which are the finals for Brooklyn, Queens, and Long Island. Take place next Friday, September the 19th. The place to be, the Encore, located at 8925 Merrick Boulevard in Jamaica, Queens. And the finalists include Jay-Z, also Touch of Class, Ready for the Girls, the Eastside Lovers, Omega Clash, MC Shadeen, the Almighty Force Brothers, as well as the Nasty Boys. So if you are in the neighborhood next Friday, check it out. Guaranteed to be bad, and who knows, you might be checking out a star of the future.
You crazy for this one? Or whatever else what Jay-Z would say now. That's it for this week. See you guys next time on the Almanac of Rap.